The Awsf Man Faces podcast is now sponsored by Tyre Spot, the Northeast's leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tyre Spot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tyrespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast. It is a pre-game show this week, and it is myself, Kris, joined by Deka. It's 4 o'clock, Bank Holiday Monday.
Mental.
We are well early. Well early.
Yeah, I know. It just feels really, really, really big, this game, doesn't it? And it's the second game of the season. I know it's always nice because it's the first home game, so there's always an edge of excitement there, because it's the first home game, but there's something about this where it feels like it's some sort of like a semi-final or like a Champions League. I don't know, it just feels bigger than just a 3-point game.
Do you think that's just because of everything which has gone on in the summer with Isaac, or do you think it's a bit of a hangover from the Cup final as well?
I think there'd be a bit of spice there because of the Cup final anyway, and as I mentioned, of course, because it's the first home game, of course, and it's a nighttime game and all the rest of it. I get that, but I think without doubt, the overriding is that spice because of the Isaac thing. I think that's just elevated the game to new heights, really.
As you can tell, with this being an Always Smiling Faces podcast special of the pre-match show, there will not be a show tonight. You won't be shocked at that, because obviously our normal go-to time is the same time of kickoff. So there's probably not going to be an Always Smiling Faces show itself this week. So we just thought we'd do something before the match today, just to get our thoughts on it, just to get your thoughts on it as well. So everybody who is watching, if you do have any questions, if you've got any comments, throw them our way as soon as possible, and we will go through as many as possible.
Because then we want to go to the
pub. So basically, when we run out of cans, that's when the stream ends, to be fair. And we've got about 2 left. Send as many in as possible. Deka, I think you're right what you're saying. I think the build up to this, it hasn't helped from the media's aspect of it. The media are building it up to this huge game because it's the battle for Alexander Isak. It's kind of like in WWE when it was the battle for Rey Mysterio's son.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Rey versus Eddie Guerrero, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the battle of Dominic, custody of Dominic.
Yeah. Best you'll know that one really well as well. Yeah.
But that's what it is with Isak. Yeah. It feels like
it's like the Isak derby, isn't it? In a way, which is awful.
It's horrible.
It is horrible, because for those that'll be watching it at home,
if you don't know,
like it's at 7 o'clock. Like when you tune in to watch the build-up, I mean, I feel it's that whole hour is going to be geared one way, right? It's just constantly going to be the questions to how, probably even the questions to slot as well, which it takes it away from the players that are on the pitch. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, we are here, and that's what.
And it's been like that for a little while. Well, for the last 2 press conferences, the first 2 press conferences. Well, probably if you look at pre-season as well, all that Eddie Howe has been asked about is Alexander Isak, so on and so on. It's just non-stop, which he always handles it really well. But now you're at the point where you just want it resolved, don't you? You just want this saga to be ended, and it's going to be ended either way. Come the transfer window closing. Yes, it's probably going to have a bit of a hangover afterwards if it is a case where Isak stays, which it looks like it's more like not that is the case, because before we've gone on air, Newcastle only had £1 million from Wolves.
Yeah. Does that feel a bit desperation to you?
I think we're low down on the list at this point.
Right.
I'm not sure how much lower we can go down the list.
We've been rushed soon. I'm not joking. I'm not saying I dislike the player. I'm not getting into that argument or anything like that or debate. But I do feel like, goodness me, that we're down this list here. And I just think, would you be happy then if we got Larson and then let Isak go? I wouldn't be personally.
Do you think I'd be very, very shocked if that is the case?
That he came in and he went?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I think if 2 came in, we still don't know what's happening with Wissa. Obviously, there's been another bid rejected. Shock that Newcastle United just keep getting bids rejected left, right, and centre from clubs. I think the first striker that's through the door is going to be the replacement for Wilson. The striker as a replacement for Isak, they've already gone elsewhere. Ekitike's gone to Liverpool. Sesko's gone to Man U. I think those were the two that would have been the replacements for Isak. Do you know what it is? I'm at this point where we've asked this question so many times over the last few weeks, is which way are you swaying with Isak? Are you going as if he's definitely going, or is he definitely staying? And I'm more swaying to the point that he's staying at this point, just because the fallout from the statements which were released by the club. And I don't know. I think from what we've heard is that the Saudis aren't going to give in at this point, because they may look weak if we accept a bid which is going to be less than what we value Alex at, so 150 million. But Eddie's in a difficult position where you can't have a striker that doesn't want to play for you. You've got a striker that's trained away from anybody else. He won't. I'm saying Eddie won't allow him back to the training field with the rest of the players, but it seems it's the other way at this point. Hence the statement from Newcastle that says Alex is welcome back whenever he wants to join these teammates. I just want it to be done, Deka. Like, I'm bored of it now.
Yeah, I'm sure how is. I think everyone are sick of it. I hate how any transfer show, any football show that I'm watching or listening to, it's this conversation all the time. I do think that now we probably will stay, because there's just no way we're going to be able to get two strikers in such a short space of time. For all this Lawson bid's been rejected by all accounts, them aren't going to sell no matter what.
Well, they have said there is no amount of money that Newcastle can buy him for, which is a kind of a locked door.
It is, yeah, because I know they're saying that there probably is a figure there, but it's going to cut. It'll be something like the money you're getting for Isak, which then is just insane to even contemplate going that high, which they never would. I know that. So he probably is staying. You've got to hope then, if he stays, that Howe is able to get him back in the squad and in the frame of mind that he wants to play for us. Which is very difficult.
I trust Eddie to do that.
Hopefully,
I think it can be done. I think the issue is ourselves as fans. A lot has happened over the last handful of weeks. A lot of unforgivable things from Isak's point of view. And I think you asked a question last week, if he did stay and if he scored a goal, how would you react to that? And I said I would celebrate the goal as in regards to it, and a goal for Newcastle United, the football club I support. But in the back of my mind, I'd still be hoping and wishing that it was a different player on the end of that and scoring that goal, because he's burnt a lot of bridges.
He has, yeah. And I think even if he does come back, every fan knows that it's just a means to an end, isn't it? Even if he does come back and also, to be fair, it's going to take him a long time to get up to speed. Like, I mean, look at, just to throw a name out here, look at Sesko for Man United. They had Mount in front yesterday, so Sesko was not ready to play. Isak's so off the pace. He's been training on his own. And when we say training on his own, I mean, let's be very realistic here. People have probably done harder work in the gardens the last few days than what he would have been doing in training on his own. So he's not going to be anywhere near up to speed if he comes back.
And I know we are doing exactly the same as what everybody else has been doing from the media point of view, but I think with us being a Newcastle United podcast and YouTube channel, we can't get away from the subject, because it's a huge subject. We're not forcing it on people. We're at the point now where
given
it's
this
a
game,
huge point.
And given this game tonight, just one of them. But we will move on, because I agree. It's
I think going into this game, I think there was a lot of promising signs from the Villa game. I thought that the team did well in certain moments of the game, and if any team looked like they were going to score, it was Newcastle, despite not having a striker on the field. I think it's a huge different test going up against Liverpool. But having said that, Liverpool's defence didn't look great opening fixture of the season. Van Dijk's running away from attackers left, right, and centre. So there's going to be opportunities in the game tonight. It's just, can Gordon do it? He's crumbled a couple of times as well against Liverpool, hasn't he? Well, he scored. I think he scored once against
Everton. He normally
crumbles. Yeah.
I think. I mean, we haven't won a game, have we, with him playing up front? I think it's 11 games now we haven't won when he plays striker. That's an issue. There's no getting away from it. I do think that they're gettable to the degree, because I think under Slot they're a little bit more attack minded. I think under him. We're seeing against Bournemouth. I mean, great. My mate Semenyo ran through the entire team, right, from box to box. So I definitely think there's going to be moments in the game where we will cause trouble. I think the tenacity that will be playing at the atmosphere, all is going to help us. All of that's going to be amazing. However, I will say we still have to manage that well, because I'm joking around with you when I'm speaking to people going, "Oh, Joe Linton's going to absolutely smash someone, and Bruno's going to do this." That's all well and good, but we have to. We don't want Joe Linton getting sent off 10 minutes in, you know what I mean. So you've got to make sure you manage that in the right way. I definitely think they're gettable. I really do.
The referee will be aware of that as well. The referee's not going in this completely blind. He knows that because of everything which has happened over the last few weeks, that there's going to be some challenges from both sides. I'm not just saying Newcastle. I'm saying both sides here.
I suppose it depends on how the referee wants to play. You get some refs that'll let things go because he'll understand the occasion.
Treat it like a derby.
And you'll have others that'll want to set the marker early, booking straight away so that no one else will tackle. I hope it's the other side. I hope the ref understands what it's like, treats it more like a derby and goes, "Do you know what it is, lads? Go on. Have a go at each other." Do you know what I mean? That's the way I think it should be. But I think if it gets to the stage, can we outscore Liverpool? Well, you're getting beat. Because we cannot. That's the thing. If it goes as gung-ho as that, it could be a 3-2 or a 4-1. Honestly, it could go mental. I feel like the first goal is massive. I feel like it really is, because I think, we know the build-up of this game. We know how the atmosphere is going to be. If them scored first, it'd be very difficult. But I'm really excited for it. I just wish that we had, not take you a second out of it, I just wish Gordon was on the left-hand side. I wish we could do that. We're not going to. We know we're going to see Gordon.
Do you know what it is? There's a comment straight away about that situation. It's from one of our members, which is Il Corvo, that says, the worst thing about Gordon up front is Gordon doesn't play on the left wing. And we've said it for weeks, haven't we?
Absolutely right.
For last season as well, when we had those issues.
He's so vital when he's out on the left. What he brings, I always see he's much better collecting the ball earlier and driving at people. Whereas when he plays up front, unfortunately, a lot of his work is back to goal. Not always, because look at when he got the lad sent off against Villa.
Yes,
that's when he's been played through, having space to run into. But I love him on the left hand side.
And we saw it in that game when he then went out on the left hand side and caused issues at that point.
Straight away, yeah. But listen, this is the hand we've been dealt. If this is the front three that Howe is going to believe in until Isak comes back, then they're going to need time, aren't they? They're going to need time to gel. You never know. It might click for Gordon. It might. I don't think it will, but believe me, when I'm walking up that bank tonight, I'm hoping he can do the business. It'll be amazing.
Do you know what it is? I'm more looking forward to being back in St. James's Park, just like I am at the start of every single season. But I think the atmosphere is always good when you're up against it, basically, as a Newcastle fan. I feel as if we're walking that moment now again as the underdog. Even though it's a home game, we're still going as an underdog. We've had this circus go on behind the scenes with Isak in the boardroom, not having anybody there to take accountability for everything which has happened. And I think this is where the fans come into play. This is the first moment that you've seen the fans go, right, now it's our turn to voice what we want to do. And I think the noise tonight is going to be something different.
Yeah, I think we've had moments in recent times. I think at PSG at home was one of them. I always remember
Arsenal.
Last
game of the season.
Yeah, that was unreal. One of the loudest I've ever, and I really do mean this, is the first game when the takeover happened, it was Bruce against Spurs. We scored in the first minute. Wilson scored very early on. Yeah. That atmosphere in that pocket of time, like 5-10 minutes, was just unlike anything I'd heard. Really, I think it will be like that tonight. I think it'll be. Plus, it's a nighttime game. There's going to be a beer fueled St. James's Park. You've got a bank holiday, a beer fueled, pissed off Newcastle United.
Me and Deka off work tomorrow.
It is going to be incredible. It really is, and you just hope that the players can harness that, but in the right way. As I'll say again, I'm just worried that I'm not worried, but yes, I want them to get stuck, and I want Joe Linton to body slam someone, but at the same time, I didn't want someone to get sent off. So just got to be very careful. I think we're going to make a right game of it. It's going to be a real good game.
I think Eddie's probably had this conversation with the lads as well and explained that yes, we know it's going to be a feisty one tonight, but control yourselves 100%. Because yes, there'll be a lot of people pissed off there, and they can be pissed off as Liverpool as much as they want, but they also have to be pissed off with Isak as well, because Isak's the one that's put himself in this situation, which has prevented him from getting a move, and it's also prevented us from bringing a striker in as well, because he's played that unbelievably well, the dickhead. But I think now it's time for our players to just put that to one side and focus on the game, similar to what we did at Villa.
Yeah, I think that's what happens, all right. I think like a player, the build-up and the noise and all the rest of it, you get caught up in all of that. But once that whistle goes, it's 11 against 11 players. That it is what it is, right? And I don't think for a second Joe Linton's going to be running around in the 30th minute going, Isak prick, and whacking someone. No, he's not, is he? Once that whistle goes, he's going to be thinking about, right, how do we tactically do what House told will win this game of football. Because at the end of the day, it's a game of football. It doesn't matter who you're playing. I just think the build up and the noise, certainly as fans, because we're sort of more part of that sense, if you know what I mean. But I think
what'll help calm it down is the fact that we're led to believe that McAllister, he's not travelled with the squad today. He's got a bit of a temper on him as well, especially obviously the feud between Brazil and Argentina as well.
Every game they'll have
a bit of a...
Yeah, I remember, I'm sure Bruno nearly elbowed him one time at home.
Have constantly between them. That South American kickoff that they all love. So that's probably going to take a bit of a sting out of the game as well. But
it's a big loss for them that, as well.
Huge.
Because
huge.
You need that feistiness, because them will know our midfield three, how good we are in that area of the field. Them will know that.
Well, recently tasted it in the cup final at Wembley.
Oh, yeah, well, we're outstanding in that game. If we can play to that level, keep Salah as quiet as we did that afternoon, I'm so glad Trippier will be playing. I love him to bits. I really do. Do you think the team will be exactly the same as what we're seeing at Villa?
I think so. The only argument that you could possibly have, there's two positions, I would say. One will be left back. Hall, is he ready to come straight back in? Or are you going to stick with Tino? I think you probably will stick with Tino at left back. And the other one is the right wing. Alanga starts as a Murphy start, but I think it will be Alanga again.
I've seen a lot of people mention this Murphy one, and it's a funny one because I've always jokingly. But no, I'll own what I say. It was never jokingly. I used to be honest about it, my opinion of him. But when you think of the numbers he put in last season, he does find himself incredibly unlucky not to be playing, right? Like, if you just take the name out of it, and you look at the numbers he produced for goals and assists, it's hard to believe actually that you're not starting him. But I agree. I do think it'll be Alanga. I definitely think we will see Murphy at some point in the game, though. I really do. But I just think it'll be Alanga starting. I think it'll be exactly the same team. I think personally.
Shall we go through some questions? Because we've had some questions already, to be fair. So, like I said, if anybody's got any questions, send them through as quickly as you can, and we'll go through them. And we've got people watching all over the world. I always that's one of my favorite things when we do live podcasts, Deka, is when people tell us whereabouts they're watching. That was very loud. Whereabouts in the world are they watching from?
Surprises.
We have had somebody from Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake. Is that off that musical? It's great now.
What musical?
Oh, what's it called, man? Oh, man. Do you keep talking? It'll come to us. Bloody hell.
I'll move on to the next question. We've had a donation from Josh.
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon. Book of Mormon.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Salt Lake City. Is it?
I can't remember
hopefully them will know.
Yeah,
oh, it's hilarious.
The best.
It's I'm surprised it's allowed, but it is funny.
Well, it's creators of South Park, isn't
correct.
So we've got a donation in from Josh. As always, thanks very much, Josh. He says Bruno, Tonali, Ramsey, midfield 3. Alanga on the right with Joe Linton, Gordon switching between left wing and striker throughout the game. What do you think could cause their defense problems? Josh is back in with another striker.
He wants Joe Linton up front, doesn't he?
He loves getting Joe Linton up top.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is, Josh? I think you do more damage to the team separate in that midfield 3. So it's going to be Joe Linton, Tonali, and Bruno as those middle. I think Ramsey will get some minutes.
Yeah, I do as well. I'm excited by him. I think he's a good player. Really good player. It's
always good when the players from the other team, the fans, always are a bit annoyed when they have to sell a player.
Yes.
So that's normally with Anderson.
Yes, it's normally a good marker, isn't it, when that happens? Because you'll see other times when you sign a player and the fans won't go, thanks so much for 30 million, get rid of him. That's not what you want to read, of course. Not that every fan is correct, but I think the midfield 3 it's sort of the bedrock of what makes what we are. That's been the success everybody talks about. Is there a better midfield 3 in the league? That's what people say, right? So I wouldn't want to change that at all. The Ramsey one's interesting because it just gives one another option moving up top in regards to out left, or I suppose he could play the left of a 3 as well. He could still play that one as well. So I definitely think we'll see him, Murphy, at some point in the game. And again, do you think
he's an upgrade from Willock? Do you think that's that area of the field?
It probably is. I think Willock may have left if he hadn't got hurt. I still think that. I honestly do. Because in terms of the position they're going to play, they're quite similar, right? I know he can play left wing though, this lad, to be fair, Ramsey, but I see Ramsey more so playing the left-hand side of a 3 in midfield, being a little bit more aggressive going forward. Whereas that's what kind of when Willock plays, that's what he does, right?
Yeah.
So they're very, very like for like in that sense of position. Different players, but though. And I know that he had his injury problems last year, but he still managed to play almost 50 games. It was 45 or 46 games.
And Blue Rhythm Boy says Eddie commenting on his size leads to think he'll replace Joe Linton in the starting 11 longer term. Eddie said he was shocked by the size of him. Didn't realise he was so tall.
So tall. Well, listen, I've said this so many times. I don't see how you can take Joe Linton out of the team ever. I just think he's just too important. I don't know. He's just too important for me. Like, I think Joe Linton has to play. But again, though, isn't it lovely though to have these options, right? How many times have we had the odd injury here and there, and we're having to, really scratch our heads to go, who's going to play midfield today? Who else can we play out wide, for example? We seem to have. Again, I've said this till I'm blue in the face, but if you take the Isak thing out of it, the window's been really successful in that regard in terms of really bolstering and strengthening key areas of the field. And that there is some options there. Do you know what I mean? I think what a good thing is with this Ramsey situation tonight, right? Just if you think of it atmosphere-wise, he may come on after 70 minutes. I'm not sure. That's going to give another shot in the arm to the fans, right? Because they'll know when he's coming on. That'll, sort of reignite the fans again. You know what I mean? And that could also play a part. But I'm really pleased with the Ramsey signing. Like,
what did you think about Barnes' performance last week?
He should have came off ages ago. I said that while I was watching the game. It just wasn't his afternoon.
Struggled, didn't he?
Yeah, doesn't mean that it's not going to be his afternoon in the future. Absolutely not. I'm absolutely certain he'll have many, many good games moving forward. He'll score important goals. Absolutely. But on that evidence, on that one game, he just struggled, didn't he? He just looked off. And that's why I was screaming, really, get especially when they went down to 10 men. I was wanting Gordon to get back, moved out left and bring Asula on. That's what I wanted to happen way, way earlier than it did.
We have a question from Jules, who is also one of our members. Hi, Jules, who is watching from the Midlands. She says, hi, lads, watching from down the pub pre-match. I hope she's got one on the big screen.
Imagine
just
that.
took her on the big screen.
Jules.
Random pub in the Midlands. She says, so watching from down the pub pre-match nerve settler. Not even up there, so can't imagine the atmosphere. How would you lads think the crowd will channel their emotions tonight?
So is this in a sense of, we're going to get an Isak chance?
I think just overall, I think.
Because I think it's going to be done in a positive way. I was listening to TalkSport before I came, when Chris picked us up. And Ali McCoist and Alex Crook, I can't stand him, they were basically saying they think it's going to be a negative atmosphere. Then we're almost borderline saying it could be as a negative. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't see it being like a 10-minute period where we're just banging on about Isak. Like, I think we are full tilt going to be singing for the players.
I think it'll be exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I'd be very, very shocked if we hear any sort of anti-Isak chant mid-game.
Yeah,
very shocked. I think what we do well as a fan base is galvanize the players that are there on the field, and we'll try our best to do that. Yeah. In certain moments of the game where you'll get a chance just for one player who's close by, like especially when they're coming over to the corner, that area. I think we do that fantastically as a fan base. I think maybe that conceptions came from possibly the issue that Sky Sports did last week. So when the players went to the fans at Villa Park,
it was TNT. But yeah.
Was it TNT? Sorry, or TNT? Yes. No, but I think did Sky not release it as the footage? I think Sky released it. Yeah. Okay. So the match was on TNT. Then I think the Sky released the footage on Instagram or TikTok or whatever they do these days. Basically, where the fans were applauding the players that came over, the players left. Gordon stayed to do the interview, and as they realised the cameras were recording that, the fans started chanting, "There's one greedy bastard." What Sky or TNT, correct us if I'm wrong, people watching, did after was strip that audio and place that audio over the top of the moment where the players had gone to clap the fans. So it looked like that was happening there and then, which it wasn't. Sky or TNT removed it,
aren't you,
at that point because of the kickoff. It's not great, is it?
No, you're just swimming against the tide half the time, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're fucking making up lies like that, you know what I mean? But I'm not sure. I don't know. Will we hear one before kickoff? I think there's a chance, maybe, when there's no players on the pitch and they're just chanting. But I think during the 90 itself, I think it'll just be red hot atmosphere. It'll just be backing our lads. Every single challenge that gets made, you'll hear it.
I think if we go a couple of goals up and have a bit of a lead, I think you might have something similar to what we had Remember when Jose Enrique came back and Newcastle were in the top 6? You might get something like that.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
That was great. But obviously,
And
Enrique was a Liverpool player at that point.
Goal.
I think you might get something like that, which would be quite comical.
Yeah, yeah, it would. I'm hoping that. I mean, I say that now, but I'm only a few cans deep, but I'm hoping that he's not mentioned at all. Honestly, I hope the fans go there tonight and we chant for the team, the club, the badge, the players that are on the pitch. And then I think, though, at full time, when no matter the result, right, no matter, the players will do their lap. They've always done a lap of honour kind of thing, or appreciation.
Yeah.
That's when that is 100% where you'll hear it. And I think if we win, it'll be even louder, actually, if we win.
Talking about pre-game, we did mention this at the very start, Deka. You brought it up. There was a great comment in last Monday's show, I think it was, or it might be in the show that we did midweek, one of the lives. I can't remember. Maybe in the one that we did with Chris. And somebody had come in saying their Sky's build-up will be Jamie Carragher showing Alexander Isak around houses on Merseyside.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Like a Holmes Another Hamlet
like
special.
Dublin. Well, if he's on there, which no doubt he will be, and he'll be on commentary as well, probably. It's just going to be an Isak loving fest, really, isn't it? You know what I mean? Having said that, listen, I will say something about Carragher. He has said numerous times that he wouldn't pay that money. He doesn't feel that he's robust enough. He doesn't feel that he's done it often enough to warrant that price tag. So I suppose he's not totally on board with it, but it is going to be a tough watch for you at home, mind you, with Sky on, because it will just be Isak.
Yeah, I would literally turn on as soon as the 8 o'clock comes.
Yeah, just
don't even bother with the build-up because it'll be rotten.
It will be, and it'll probably get you more annoyed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll just get you annoyed because that's all it's going to be. Like, I was speaking to my dad because my dad's not going tonight, and he was saying exactly the same today because I went to if he's haven't been, I haven't got much time left, but the bottle.
There's a question about it.
Awsf.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, God, the first hour's going to be rough because it will be. Just that, you know. So.
Yeah.
Imagine if he rocked up as well and like half an half scarf and that or something.
Liverpool kid.
There's no way he'll be there.
He's not going to be there. He's not going to be.
Did you see that tweet? Some Liverpool. I had a blue tick, but I suppose you can just buy that, can't you? It doesn't really mean anything now. But I had tweeted something that had thousands and thousands and thousands of likes, right?
It was the East Coasters.
And it was like Craig Hope. It wasn't Craig. It was a fake Craig Hope account saying that I've got it on good authority. Isak is going to be there, and he's going to be sitting with the Liverpool lot. And then we're like, how amazing is this news? And I'm like, are you what? Like, he's for real? Like. It's just insane. Then when you click on the Craig Hope, it wasn't even the real person.
Yeah.
You know, I can't believe people believe stuff like that.
It's the issue with social media, and do you know what it is? Like, I can slag it off these days, but without the likes of Twitter and the early stages of Gallagher shots, we wouldn't be where we are now. But if we were starting this up right now in this day and age with the likes of social media the way it is now, there'd be only one option for us to go down. It would be down the interaction route where it's like for anger and just forcing emotions out to gain followers and gain an audience that watch you. And I'm so glad we started this up, God knows how, like 10 years ago now, because I've always said that as a podcast and a YouTube channel, we're very level-headed with this one, and we'll just say it how it is. We're not, especially when we do the watch-alongs. Like, we're sitting doing the watch-alongs, we can't see the goal, and we're like, oh. But obviously, all these other assholes are sort of like, oh, for fuck's sake, blood.
Yeah, I know it's blood. I only get annoyed when I'm with him, when he's here. Sometimes, anyway, I love him to bits, really. But that's the only time I'll get animated, really. It's just, I just sometimes bang on the drum and that. But no, I think Twitter's or X or whatever, I think it's brilliant at times. Honestly, I do. I think it's a real great source of information. You can you get things from journalists, certainly that you respect and that, and you've got time for. You're getting really good information and bits of like sort of news and stuff, but there's such a dark side of it, though, isn't there?
It's horrible, man. It's horrible now that there's rage bait to get interaction, to make more money. It's horrendous, man. It's horrendous. We have a comment in from Sensible Monica that says, the only negative thought I have is that I only have one mouth, which will slow my drinking down.
I was wondering where that was going to go then.
I know.
So I also want to know
body blue back in the chat.
Sensible Monica. Yeah. I need to know why you called that. Come on, Monica. Why you called Sensible Monica? Have you got another friend, Monica, who's an absolute maniac? Or?
Maniac, Monica.
Yeah, maniac. Many mouths. Or...
Many mouths, Monica.
What was the question? She's what? Oh, she's got one mouth.
Good at that. They got one mouth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think we all are by the sounds of
it. Next question is from. Well, I'll mention this one. So Aaron Renwick comments in saying, all right, lads, got you on at work. Thanks very much, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate. Hopefully, it's making work better for you.
This is one for 841 Productions. Do you know this person?
841 Productions now.
Says, hi, Deka. Good to see you live. Do you think there'll be some orgy-bargy on the touchline tonight rather than on the pitch?
Hey, there could be, you know. Could be, I honestly never really thought of that.
Because they can't be happy. Eddie Howe and Jason Tyndall can't be happy about how everything's gone on.
Well, we've had a few, I suppose it's more so been away from home, hasn't it? At Anfield, where they've had a bit of a run in. Maybe that was more fans, actually, when I think of it. I don't think Howe would ever get involved, but Tyndall would. I think Howe would immediately try and get away from that scenario if there was anything kicked off. But I think the benches in general could, yes. I think it could, given a foul.
Well, there's been a bit of a history there. Remember when Anfield, and it was all that time. Was it Anfield?
That was
Anfield,
the one. That's
all that time
I mean,
was
yeah.
added on.
There
it was Darwin Núñez, wasn't it? That was like up on the seats, like mental.
And Klopp was there then, and Klopp's good at
he loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's good at doing that. He can ignite the band, like. But
I mean, it's a good question though. I can imagine there being a bit of a kick-off.
Do you think there'll be any trouble fans-wise before the game? Because I do. I
hope not. I hope not. Do you know what it is? I think if you listen to the majority of the Scousers that are match-going Scousers, there's no issues whatsoever. They understand the situation as to what it is, but obviously they want Isaac, and then they're similar as what we do with likes of Wissa, which is fine. They can do that. But I think that they're probably honest enough to admit that it's not been a great situation, how it's panned out, and still ongoing at this moment in time. I think maybe it's the thing which you're seeing online with the likes of these Scousers, which are all over the globe, that are just doing it for interaction. Their football opinion and knowledge is next to nothing. I think maybe you're seeing more of that. I would hope it's all right, but we've seen it before with Liverpool, where Liverpool fans have been scattered all across the likes of the Leeds, the Melbourne stands. You were close to them, weren't you, when you were in the Platinum Club?
Honestly, the worst thing I've ever witnessed in St James's, that was like, other than the performance, it was horrendous. There was loads of them in front of him.
It was the game where what's his tits died on the right hand side from Richie, wasn't it, and scored from that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I think maybe 2-1 we lost, or 3-2. It was a really tight game later on. They scored, yeah, and it was when them scored, they were just never seen anything like it.
They're just pockets, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the club had sold the ticket to the highest bidder, really.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. And right in front of where I was sitting, where you walk out of the concourse. I don't even know what you would. It's basically the exit to the concourse. That's where I used to sit, so I used to just lean over the side of that because I had no one sitting in front of us. That's where people would leave. And there were some Newcastle fans like walking out, and one had his little daughter with him, and there was a Liverpool fan who I didn't know at the time. What all during the game didn't know he was. He ran across all the chairs and just jumped off, like to kick someone, like kung fu kick this Newcastle lad, and he hit the girl. Obviously, there's a girl walking out with her dad. It was just awful scenes in that game. I don't think there'll be anything like that tonight. Their fans being in our ground, in our stand. I just think maybe pre-match. Listen, it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. There's a lot of beer going to be drinking today. Them, of course, they're driving all the way up, so it's understandable.
And we are renowned for having like sort of open pub policy when it comes to away fans.
Yeah, honestly, I feel there really could be some trouble, and I really hope there's not. But you never know, do you?
I think it'll be fine. You know,
hopefully,
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look. So we've had a few questions. If anybody's got any more ones, like I said, just keep on sending them in. This one is from
841 Productions, and also, so I need to.
You might not just because you addressed it to Hi Deka, so as if he was.
As if he knows us, yeah. He might do. I'm so sorry if I do know you. Sorry.
This one is from Blue Rhythm Boy. That says you might get one of those polo shirts, Deka. How much are they? And are they in the store or just online? I love it as if you're like
this one.
You're like a chat bot for the club store.
Yeah, I know. I went in the day, actually, believe it or not. Again, a couple of things actually I want to say about the club show. So first of all, this shirt, yes, this shirt you can get it from the shop. I think it was 40, which I think is really reasonable.
Very golf-esque, isn't it?
It is. I wanted to wait for golf, but they wouldn't let us on with a badge. So it came out the same time as the grey clubber, the grey and blue. This is classed as the staff, so the Howe, Tyndall, etc. I prefer this because it's black and white, basically, and I absolutely love this polo. I'm actually getting a lot of work done in the house, and I was saying to Kris on the way here, I actually couldn't find any of my football tops because I've had to put them away because we're getting work done, and I didn't know where they were. So all I could find was this. Didn't really want to wear this, but the blue, this I'm not happy with this. So first of all, any fan that's went and bought the green shirt to then find out a matter of 2 weeks later they bring it out again, but with all the Korean stuff on. Now, don't get us wrong. There'll be loads of fans out there that have bought it and went, I didn't like the Korean writing anyway. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
That's fine. But for those that have bought it, though, they'll be like, I would loved it with that Korean stuff on. So, and then I went in the club shop I went in the Metro Centre one yesterday, and I went in our club, the St James's today.
Is any of that stuff left?
Not much, mind you. Not
Okay.
much. There was a lot in the Metro Centre, but there wasn't much in the club today, the club shop. It's 120 quid. That's a lot of money.
For the green shirt.
The green shirt with the Korean writing on.
So my issue there is the training shirt.
I was going to come
Is
to
like
that.
what, 80 quid or something?
So that's 70, but it's 40 to buy. So they're basically saying it's £30 for a printed thing. I mean, come on. That is.
But it's because they're treating it as a limited edition, similar to what they did with the whole Sam Fender thing with the people watching thing when that was on the back of the shirt, which was fucking shocking as well, by the way. Yeah. But I was a big fan of the training kit that they were wearing when they're doing the preseason tourneys.
Which is the same top though.
Yeah,
I mean, you can buy it for 40 quid.
Yeah.
And like when I got the winners one, you know, the 25 winners 25 top. When I got back from Wembley the next morning, was it the no? I wasn't sorry. Of course it was the next morning. Sorry, I went up. And they had sold out. But what they just allowed you to get a shirt off the rack at the rail, and then they had all of the individual stickers, and they just put them on for 10 quid or 15 quid it was. And I was getting people watch on the back, Carabao Cup, winners 25, then the name here. I have no idea why they aren't just doing that with this Korean stuff. So you buy the shirt for 40 quid, and they might charge you 15 to get the thing on, but they're charging you an extra £30. I'm sorry, like it's
mental, man.
That's not.
It is mental. Like I'm not a fan of.
I don't know why I get so passionate about it. Like
I'm the same. I'm not a fan when they do stuff like that. Like it's nice when it's limited edition, but if it's limited edition, just sell it for the same price as everybody else. And some lucky bastard has managed to get one. Like just leave it at that. Like it doesn't.
Especially the away one. If you've just paid 90 quid for that top, and then 2 weeks later it comes out again, but with that writing on, it's not as if you can go back with your receipt and go, "Hi, can I pay the 15 quid and get it stamped on the back?" No. You got to buy it again. And I just don't think that's right. Like.
Ian says, so how many did you buy in the end?
No, I didn't. Is it how Ian, is it?
Yeah.
You're right, mate. No, I didn't buy any. No, I'm not really. I don't like the green top at all in any shape or form. And I don't.
Based on the time, Bridge Decker. Why do you not like it?
Can you believe that they must think they're thick? Like, I mean, that line was horrendous. But the grey one, I'm not actually that might grow on us. But at the moment, I'm not really a fan of the grey training gear. I don't know. I don't know why. I think it reminds us of. I hope he does not watching. But I always remember when. I wanted a Nike Air Max tracksuit when I was in school. Okay. I always remember, right? It was. Can you remember the one had like the sort of the banded color, and then had the Nike sign on that? If that makes sense, both sides,
like captain's armband sort of thing.
Yes, exactly like that. I always wanted a black one with blue, and I got one, but it was that grey. I swear to God, as well. By the way, it was the same grey as what the training top is now with blue. It was actually identical, if I'm being honest, color wise. And I always wore it and I loved it. And I was never, ever ungrateful. And I was I love it. It's great. But it wasn't the one I wanted. And that grey, as soon as I seen it come out, I was like, it reminds me of one that night.
Sorry about that, Dad. I seen you.
So I hope my dad's not watching. But I did love it though, Dad. I did. It wasn't the one I wanted. So when I see it, I'm like, And I just, another thing I'm not happy about is I don't like a lot of the training gear.
I've been getting a lot of your frustration out about the club shop.
It's a bit irrelevant color-wise though. That grey and blue to me, that doesn't go with anything we've got. The Swedish one, the other kit one, I've never really seen my way, but have you seen the Swedish kind of one?
Yeah, a lot of clubs got that same version.
That isn't anything related to anything we've got strip-wise. Even if it was, say, a green or it was say navy with green stripes, I'd maybe get it because we've got a green away kit. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
It just doesn't match.
Well, navy and orange ones would be.
There we go. Something like that. I would get that because
similar to what the jacket that you are looking at today was a training
exactly,
shirt.
Yes, which I nearly bought today. Yes, that is gorgeous. I will say that. Like, but I just think the colours are a bit weird. You know what I mean? Just again, sorry, I'm really passionate about the clothes and stuff like that. It's just weird.
Let's see if we've got anything else which just came in. We might as well enter this one as well. So this is Ian's also sent this one, and this is what I said we'll come back on to. He says, slightly related to tonight's opponent, what did you both make of the exhibition at the Baltic? Thought it was decent and great to relive the cup final. So, I went early Saturday morning, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I went Saturday evening. I'll let you give your thoughts because I think we're going to have different opinions. Yeah.
No, I don't think we will. So I went on Saturday with the kids and my lass. First of all, I think it's fantastic that they're doing something like that. I really do. I think it's great to have the opportunity for anyone that hasn't seen the trophy before, had the opportunity and stuff. I think it's great. Free as well. So, like, you know what I mean? It's a bank holiday weekend. It's a nice little trip out for your family or whatever. Fantastic. Exactly what I did. I then told my dad about it, that I was going. And I felt a bit guilty that my dad isn't coming with us because he could only get 4 tickets. So I went back today with my dad and got a picture of my dad, which is great. On it itself, though, I felt it could have been a lot better, like in terms of what was in it. I have no problem with the queue time. I have no problem with it snaking around and getting a picture. That's not my issue. I just felt that maybe some of the pictures and stuff were a bit naff, and like I don't know. I don't know. It's like a long queue to get a picture of the trophy. That's what I felt like.
So the reason I went was the same reason as you, to get a photo with the kids and the trophy. That's what it was. I think what was there was good, but very minimalistic. There wasn't a huge amount there, which some people will enjoy it really well. Do you know what it is? There was nothing bad about it. I'm not saying there was anything bad about it. It's good that it's happening. It's great. It is. But I wanted more. I wanted more. And because it was so popular as well, it was very busy, and it was the hottest place on the planet. I walked in, I went, I cannot stay here for longer than 10 minutes.
Well, it was hot today, as you can imagine. When the heat, it was even hotter today. Like,
we sound like right payroll, miserable bastards, don't we? Like those two other Muppets.
But I thought of him, actually, I very much so. Honestly, I did like, a lot of it. I think I stayed and watched the video. I got some dinner there and we watched the video, but the video was 45.
Where was the video?
Well, it was in two places. So there was a room where you could go, when you queue up originally.
There's like a crafts thing.
So that's the left. So the left door, that's where the movie was on.
Oh, well, that was shut when I went.
Oh, you could open the door.
There. No, nothing there.
Well, you had to open the door to see it, though, because I didn't know it was there.
Oh.
Because all there was like newspaper.
Well, the door was shut, but I didn't see anybody else open the door either.
A woman. Oh, this will be me delivery, this. This is ringing this.
I'll drive you up.
Just answer it.
Deka's got a live delivery on air.
Hello, mate. How are you?
We'll just let them deal with this, then we'll carry on. You don't get this on any other podcast, do you?
Cool, right. I'll let my last know because she's in the house, but I'll let her know. Thank you very much. Just good, bye. That's just me IKEA delivery. Thanks for that.
We don't talk about fucking Sweden. So yeah, I think, do you know what it is? I don't want to be seen as slagging it off, because it was all right. It was. There's been a lot of work put into it.
So
I would just like to see more.
What I was going to say was you could also watch it in the cafeteria area. So I went and got some mac and cheese and chips and that in a pint, and I sat and watched it there. But it was 45 minutes of just the highlights of the game. That's all it was. It was the game with the radio commentary from weird angles as well, I'll say. And I was like, because I was thinking, it might be like a movie of the final. So it might be, you'll see a dressing room, you'll see them on the bus on the way there.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but unfortunately, it wasn't that at all.
We didn't even have a Monty Magpie there when we went at 5 o'clock.
Oh, them were there. Both of them were there when we went.
They probably died of dehydration.
Would have been hot like that.
Imagine how hot it would have been for them.
You're right. But as I say, listen, it's free. It's great. It was a great thing they've put on. Great opportunity to get to see the photo and get a photograph that.
Was it the footage? Was it not the match cam footage? Is that what it was?
Aye. I just don't like the angles of them.
I love them, mate. I do love them. It's probably because they can get away with showing that rather than
Yes, aye.
That's
what like even the goal was like from. It was as if the camera was on the floor. I don't know. Just wasn't for me. But yeah, I agree with you. Maybe some of the photos, like there's some really nice photos there. There's a lovely one at Eddie Howe and Bruno. Yeah, I think I put it on X where they're like sort of hug. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah. You can see how emotional they are.
Yeah,
just as you say, and they also had a nice little tribute that had been made for Jota as well.
Yeah, right at the back.
That was really nice. Nice touch.
Yeah. It was nice to know that when we went at 5 o'clock. It was a 4 or 5, I can't remember, but it wasn't that busy.
That's good.
Like you managed again. Yes, you had to queue up to get you forward with the trophy, but I thought it took about 5 minutes. To be fair, it wasn't long at all.
It was really busy when I went, like because I've seen Bessie in the queue, and it was like outside down the ramp to the market stalls. That's how big the queue was.
Oh, really?
Oh, to the market, past the market stalls at one stage. Because when I came out, Lisa, because we thought that queue was big. Because and then when we came out, it was even longer. It was like almost out of the stage at the bottom, the stages.
Wow.
Right? So it was busy.
Oh, we went straight in. Like
today, there was no one there at all. The day when me and my dad went, so it got quicker today. But it proves, doesn't it? Like that's what we are as fans, right? That you put on something like that, and it's been on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and by all accounts, it's being rammed every single time, right? And that's just brilliant, because everyone wants to relive that moment. And I think to get that picture. I mean, I never thought I'd be able to get a photograph with my children with a trophy, right? It's just not what you think. That's why you went for the same reason. I'm sure Ian and a lot of other people have went for the same reason. And I went back because I wanted to recapture that moment with my dad because I thought, I didn't go with my dad and I felt a bit guilty and what have you. So.
I think one of the reasons why I don't know to get near the trophy was, do you know what it is when you go on the likes of you see your mates that support the football clubs, like when it comes up to the likes of a cup game or a final that they make it to as a fan, you'll see a photo of them like with a cup, posing with a cup and stuff like that. And I say, I never had that moment as a kid. And I think I want my kids to have that moment in 20 years' time where he has me with the first one that we won.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I wanted
because I would have, if I didn't go, I would have regretted it. I think I would have regretted it because it's no one can ever take that one away from her, can they?
Yeah.
Do you know something else which I like as well? Was I was talking to my dad about the day. I actually quite like the sort of metro thing they did for for the road to Wembley, right? It had all the opposition that were played, like Forest, Chelsea, etc., etc. And you forget just how difficult that actual run was.
Oh, unbelievably tough.
Forest
Top four, wasn't it?
were flying at the time, and they finished 5th or 6th, whatever it was. It was certainly top 4 at the time.
Penalties, wasn't it?
It was, aye.
Longstaff got the
then
win.
you had was it MK Dons or whatever? Someone wasn't it? Anyway. Then we had Chelsea, obviously. And you look at them 2 Arsenal games, to beat them 2-0 down there and 2-0 at home.
Dominated both games.
That's unbelievable, that, unbelievable. And obviously, of course, you get the Liverpool in the final. It's just, it's an outstanding run. Like, really was amazing. Like,
just to get to the final in itself was unbelievable.
Yep. Oh, IKEA guys back.
IKEA's back.
Sorry,
we've got a third guest, which is IKEA. I'll let him carry on. I'll carry on with this. So if there's been a few comments of people asking if they can go and see and how long it's on for, so today is the last day that you can do it. So unfortunately, if you haven't already got tickets, because it was a ticketed event, despite it being free, you were able to log on with through Eventbrite. You would just go on and get how many tickets you wanted, and it was free entry. Like I said, the queues were horrendous for him, and I managed to get straight in. But yeah, if you have gone, just let us know what your thoughts about it as well, and we'll go through as many as possible. We're probably going to go for about another 15 minutes on this one as well, because we've both got one can left each. In fact, no, I think I've got one left. You've got 2 left, and
I've got 2.
We need one for the road. We need one for that walk over the Tyne Bridge.
You're right. Have you ever seen the Millennium Bridge go up before?
Yes.
I've seen it twice in the 2 years I've been.
Have you?
Never seen it before. And it's happened both times.
Like royalty.
And the first time, all that went past was it was like a canoe, like that little canoe thing.
Did it have a big sail?
Nah.
No.
Nah, it was tiny. It was tiny.
Maybe they're just testing.
I was thinking maybe and today it happened, and there's definitely nothing went past. Like
I've seen it a couple of times, but there's always been something, and it's normally like a sailboat with
really
like
impressive, isn't it?
Sail.
It's really impressive that I can do that. Like amazing, amazing engineering. That.
Yeah, it's great. Right, this
very
one.
Random. That's sorry.
We have. Let's have a quick look at some of the things. Connor sends in, just because you've just been talking about bridges. I'm not sure if this was planned. He says, "What's your favorite bridge?"
My favorite bridge.
So how many is it? Is it 7 or something daft like that?
Yeah,
up the time.
I have to say there's more than that, because I know Longstaff got a bit of grief, didn't he? Because he didn't know.
There's 7, isn't it? So hang on, let's see if we can name them. So we'll start from that. So you got Millennium,
Swing.
then you got Swing. Well,
Tyne.
sorry, the ones you go now. So you got Millennium, Tyne, Swing,
Yep.
High Level, Red Youth.
Bridge.
You've got one up Bladen.
What's that one called?
Bladen Bridge.
Bladen Bridge.
I've got no idea.
I don't know either. No?
So I'm 5. What are the other 2?
I don't know.
People in the comments that will know what the other 2 was. That's 5. So what are the other 2? Is there one on a high level? Is there another one next to the high level? That's a red.
There are 7 bridges that span the River Tyne and Gator.
Scotswood Bridge. Is that the one that's in up Bladen?
Scotswood. Oh, okay. That might be, aye.
Oh, tiny, that one. Scotswood Bridge. That's the one that you'd go over to get the Metro Centre. So you go all the way up Scotswood Road, you turn left, and it takes you over the Metro Centre.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I think. Correct.
Okay. If it is that one, I don't know.
And the other one's a QE Metro Bridge. What the fuck's that?
What's all these, yeah?
The Metro Bridge isn't being classed as a bridge.
So we've got Gateshead Millennium Bridge 2001, Leamington Bridge 2001, Bladen Bridge, all right, 1990, Red Hugh Bridge, which you mentioned, the Metro Bridge, Scotswood Bridge, New Tyne Bridge, King Edward. Oh, so that was when they must have changed names.
Yeah,
okay.
All right, okay. So the Metro wasn't the one that we missed.
Yes, yeah.
That's allowed.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course it is.
That's allowed. Which one's your favorite one?
I'd probably say the Millennium. Like, I think the Millennium is a really the Tyne, of course. The problem is it's a bit of a wreck now, right? Like it's it's getting worked under it now and stuff. But I do think the Millennium Bridge is lovely. Like
mine's a Swing Bridge.
The Swing, all right.
Yeah, like the Swing Bridge.
Walked across that many times on a Monday night. Great nights Monday night.
Was it Buffalo Joe's?
Buffalo Joe's, unbelievable. Great memories of that. Tiger was class on a Monday, man. Back on my bleach hair days, young kid.
I mean, you had bleach hair not long ago.
Factual, actually. Yeah, true. Right. I'm just a big kid.
Mine's a swing bridge. Has to be a swing bridge. Apart from it's red.
I
Somebody told us a fact about the swing bridge. It might be more last. Told us something about the swing bridge not so long ago. I can't remember what it was.
Okay. I was like,
Take
a start that.
But yeah. Let's see. So Danny Craig sent in before when you were talking about grey kits. He says the grey is related to Grey's Monument, man. He's taking the piss about the green chip in the Time Bridge.
Yeah, that's well done, because I was actually thinking about it there for a second. Hey, did you see the Everton game yesterday? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it all. Yeah.
What's that Brighton talk about? That kit, Brighton's kit.
Do you not like it?
Horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Like, it's got to be one of the worst kits I've ever seen. That I couldn't believe it. The shirts don't match the shorts. Oh, it was just awful, awful.
We have another question in, which isn't about bridges, but it's similar. Top 3 bars in town, match day or generally. We'll stick with match day. Do you know what it is? It changes every season for me, you know.
Yeah, I'm. You see, when I'm not going to bore you with the backstory, but over the years, I've always come to the game. When I was in the Platinum Club, I used to go in there dead early, so I never really did bars on the outside. I did when I was younger, but certainly in recent times, I used to just go straight to the ground really early with my dad. Go to the Platinum Club and sit with our group on the table.
Get your pints and your burger on there.
Pints and the burger, whereas yours would be in XYZ. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? So
we'd be 10 pints deep.
Exactly, but in various places where I was just in the Platinum Club, so slightly different. I do like the Old George, though. I used to love going there when I did come with. I did love it there, but I haven't been there for years. So
it all depends on weather. So the Old George is good. It used to be a lot better. The Old George gets very, very busy now. I do love it, but it gets to a point where it's too many people. I'm sounding like a grumpy old man again. There's too many fucking people in here, so I want to leave. There used to be a bar in town called NE4, which was behind Shark Bar, and that was unreal because not many people used to go, and it was mint, despite it being so close to St. James's Park.
Because I used to go to Shiraz a lot, but that was always rammed for obvious reasons. I used to go to the Swan, which is now called Magpie now. I think it's called the Magpie.
The Goose.
Oh, the Goose. Sorry, apologise. Yes, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
the Goose turned into the Magpie. You know what is? There's loads of great bars in town. Like it's unbelievable. It's just all absolutely chocker.
Well, I think that there's a lot of recently, there's a lot of bars have kind of campaigned against the stack.
Yeah.
I think
that's toys out the pram. That
it was like Monopoly, though, right?
Yeah.
You just knew that when the stack got built, there's going to be a lot of owners of pubs that aren't going to be happy. Like, I mean, I was in the stack this morning having a couple of pints, and there was a lad singing and that, and it is lovely. Like, it's expensive though for a drink, and I will say that. Like,
somebody said, "What about the strawberry?" I like the strawberry, but once again, on a match day, you just can't get in.
You can't get in.
Get in.
No, you can't.
But I like popping in the berry now and about, like when I'm just in town.
That's what I used to. I do that a lot. So when I used to finish work sometimes, because obviously I worked across the road, my office that I used to work in, my view was the Gallagher end and the strawberry all day long. That was it. So I used to always go for a pint of strawberry, and it was lovely on the night because there's no one there. You know what I mean? And there's some great memorabilia on the walls and stuff if you like that type of thing, and it's lovely. It's great. But
it's a shame that the terrace is just a massive shadow from that big piss off building that's here now.
Awful. I mean, it was nice to have done the bricks of a strawberry on that building. That was quite a nice touch, but it is awful that they paid all that money to get that terrace done, and then bang, we're just going to put a brick wall in front of you. It's awful. Like,
we do tend to go to the Geordie store after a game as well. But
yes,
rammed.
Yeah.
There's no way you go into that isn't rammed. To be fair, in the summer, if you can get a table outside the Five Swans, you're laughing. They're like, because £2 a pint.
£2 a pint.
Yeah,
cheap,
the spoons. I'm going to stop with the questions there, unless one comes in which I really want to go through. But we'll be
how many people was watching. Like,
there's over 200. Yeah,
is it
over 200 people watching? I'm going to end it on this one, like I said, unless a really good question comes in. Match prediction, Deka. We've already said ours in, so if people that don't know, on a Monday night when we do the Always Smile and Faces podcast, what we've decided to do this season, I don't know why we haven't done it previously, but we're now doing a leaderboard when it comes to match predictions, where you get 3 points if you get the correct score, you get 1 point if you get the correct team that wins. So, for example, last week, Deka said we would get beat by Villa. I think you said 2-1 at Villa.
1-0 or 2-1, something like that.
So Deka got 0 points. I said it would be a 1-1 draw. Game ended 0-0, so I got 1 point. Blah blah blah, and so on and so on. And we're going to continue it right the way through the season. It goes out to members as well, so we're going to pick a member every single week to get involved. So it's myself, Deka, Mark, and Bestie, and the member joining on board as well, and seeing who ends up top of that leaderboard, and most importantly, bottom of that leaderboard, because that's the spot you do not want to be in, including you members.
Yeah, the members are very ambitious.
They are.
Noticed, yeah.
They are very optimistic this season. So, Deka, you went for the prediction for tonight. Has it changed since you put it in the? I hope not, because I've got the graphics already.
Oh no! Listen,
okay.
I said me piece, and I. But it's when you're on that moment, you're in the day, you're in that moment, and you're talking about it. You're having a few drinks, sun's shining, we're at home. I think we're going to win 3-1, right? Mm-hmm. But we're not, right? But it's a funny one though, because I honestly do feel like it could go either way in regards to if that Newcastle comes out that we know we can play like, God, there is a chance we could blow the doors off them. But I think I said 2-1 didn't Liverpool to you on that thing?
2-1, yes. You've gone for a 2-1 Liverpool win. That's what I felt at the time. I probably do feel different sitting here now, but I'm not going to change that, So 2-1. Bestie went for a 2-0 Liverpool win. Both Mark and myself, once again, the same prediction, which was a 1-1 draw. Adam, who wasn't even involved in this, but Adam went for a 3-1 Newcastle United win.
Well, he's the most
negative booker in the world.
Yeah.
Gone for a Newcastle United
win. I think, I hated the start we had. Honestly, I did. I remember when the fixtures come out, I thought, bloody hell, it's a really difficult start we've got. And if we could get 2 draws, it would be, if we could sneak a win tonight though and start with 4 points, would be big, wouldn't it? It'd be massive if we could do that.
And our members also went for a 3-0 Newcastle United win.
All the best there. All the best.
That would be buzzing.
I hope you're right.
We're coming back to do another stream if that happens.
God, imagine that.
I just want to say hi to Joey as well. Ian's little one. Joey's watching as well.
Oh, so hi, Joey, lad.
Don't believe everything your dad's car radio says as well. Because we have his life when that Bluetooth's on.
That's true, yeah. That is true.
I'm going to end it on this question that's coming from Paul Patterson. That says, would you name Isaac on the bench for shame, value / effect? How won't, and that's right, but it would be interesting. If the result goes our way, put him on in stoppage time. Match.
It would be funny, like
2-0 up. Go on, Alex. He's alone.
No, I think for me, he doesn't deserve to be around the squad. Period. Like he doesn't deserve to be on our bench. He doesn't deserve to be on the changing rooms. He doesn't. So I think we've just got to keep him away. I just really hope they can sort it out. I just worry that if we don't get anyone in, I still think Wissam will happen. I honestly do think Wissam will happen. But just because he comes in, I don't think Isak then goes. I just can't see. I cannot see a world that I'm sitting here in November, say, and I'm like, God, Isak's firing, it's meant to have him back. I just can't imagine that happening. I wanted to because if he's firing, we all know we're going to be a better team because of that. We all know that. But I just cannot see how it's going to work. I just can't.
That's why Eddie Howe gets paid the big bucks. Yeah.
Isn't it? If there's anyone that can do it, the guy walks on water as far as I'm concerned. So, if anyone can do it, it's him.
And he's been very, very level-headed and kind throughout this.
Shall I tell you something that could happen, right? And the only way I think Isak can get back on side with us is if it's how that comes out and does his dirty work, in the sense of, I get the fans' frustration, but we need you. I am asking you to back this guy. We will. We will, because it's Eddie Howe asking. It's like if Bobby Robson asked for, we would do it.
Yeah.
Maybe through gritted teeth. Yeah. But I honestly think if Howe publicly, and when I say publicly, I mean in a press conference, said them type of lines, I think the fans would, because we'd do it for him.
Do you think Isak's at a point now where maybe feels, I wish 2 weeks ago I had have just done a big U-turn, and now he's at the point where he's thinking, fuck, I'm too deep now.
The statement was a massive changing moment of doubling down.
That's what's done it.
Because I feel the statement should have been the opposite way, that I have wanted to explore, that I've wanted to leave. A statement of a little bit of, I have mentioned I've wanted to leave and I would like to leave, but you know what it is? I owe it to you fans to still be professional and still do the best for this shirt. So you're still getting your argument out there that you want to go, but you're also not spitting on me. However, that was spitting on one, setting on fire. That's what he did there. And that's where...
Don't get me started about setting on fire.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I think that was a a real change. Well, it wasn't a change of moment because he's been very headstrong in this all the way through. I just thought that statement could have been handled differently, where he could have half said, "I want to go, but I'm going to be professional. And you deserve that as fans." And a lot of fans then will go, "Do you know what it is? Fine." Because I think we've agreed here, and I've said this for a while. I'm not bothered that he wants to go. Of course, I'd love him to stay. But if you go back, not that you will, but if you go back, I've sat here for months and months and months and said, if we do not get this guy's contract sorted, he will be gone because he's too good. He will go.
Do you think there's in some scenario that both clubs are waiting for this fixture to pass? Then we'll see something happen.
Possibly. Do you think that? Or
I think if this fixture was a few weeks down the line, I think the saga would have continued with bids coming in and being rejected and so on and so on. I think Liverpool rocked the boat earlier on. Maybe they thought, now, maybe we didn't handle that as well as we should have done, and they've just let it simmer in the background. Then I think as soon as this fixture ends, if Liverpool are going to come in, it'll be in the next couple of days.
I do think that, and I will say this: if Liverpool don't come back in for him, mind you, them have let him down massively. To almost, of course, we'll never know the talks behind closed doors, but something tells me that Liverpool must be telling him or his agent, "We need you to do the following: make a bit of noise, make it difficult, blah 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 blah, and we will come in and bid again." And if they don't, my God, they've really let him down. Like
they've spat on him, and
they have, haven't they? Yeah, they really have. Yeah, they have.
And so the ones that have lost out for it are fucking Newcastle United.
Yeah, because you've had a player which has been massively what's the word, like head turned, upset, whatever you want to say, and it's just ruined what should have been a really exciting time for us, coming off the back of our best ever season. Had money to spend. We have spent a bit of money here and there, and it's been a bit tarnished because of one man. You know, it's just, but it is what it is. That Villa game, though, I think proved a lot about the players that we have, and I said that last Monday.
The mentality that those lads have had is so
strong.
They are so headstrong.
Yep, strong group. They're there to fight for each other, fight for the shares. We've got the best manager we honestly could ever wish to have, really. And there is something, you know, it sounds a bit sentimentalist, like, but when I was walking around the cup thing, you know, like, you've seen everyone with the shirts on and you thought, God, it's so, we are so much more than one player.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know sometimes when you're picking up, you listen to media and you're on YouTube and your Twitters and you're hearing all this stuff constantly about one man. I was queuing up, getting me picture taken. And I appreciate the lad. He's like scored. I get it. I understand he played a huge part in that. But as what we are, just so much bigger, other than one person. You know what I mean? And if Isak does go, do you know what it is? We'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah,
like it will be all right.
I wish that had been happening weeks ago. Like,
no, of course, absolutely. But
and I think there's been a few suggestions and comments tonight and previously about War Flags displaying what they will do. War Flags will not let this fan base down. They never ever have done. They never ever will do. If you're expecting something which is going to be slagging Isak off directly, then you've got it all wrong. The lads and lasses involved with that, I'd be very, very shocked if they ever went down that route, ever, with any single player. Like what Deka said, they realise that this club is more important than one single player. So if anything's going to happen, they're going to be backing those lads that are wearing the crest of this football club.
I agree with you. And I think I'm very excited to see what they've got planned. Obviously, I've got no idea. I'm guessing you haven't either.
No.
I just think it'll not be anything. Sorry, what can I put this? It'll not be something that's going to literally say, Isak, you're a prick. It's not going to be like that, of course. But I think it'll have a tone to it, which is like, you know, you need to represent, you know, I don't know, being proud to represent us, or we are what we are. I don't know.
The perfect thing would have been saying that the badge on the front's more important than the name on the back.
Yeah,
something like that.
It'll have a tone to it where it's like,
which we've seen before.
If that, yeah, it will.
Yeah.
And it is frustrating when some of the things I've seen, you know, where they had the IKEA sign at the Leazes end, and you've had Alexander the Great, and you know how much the club have done. The War Flags have done, to show your appreciation for someone, and how little that seems to mean to someone. That in a statement, he doesn't even mention the fans at all. I find it unbelievable that someone can be so ignorant, arrogant,
blinded by their own self-importance.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable. Like, I don't. It's been about an hour, but my mate Maxi, when you remember they did it for him,
you almost went
and then he did
full show.
Can I just say he scored on his debut? You know, I don't know if you've seen it or not. I watched it this morning. Brilliant, love him. You know, he scored, but they did it for him, and I've seen him, not recently, of course, but he has mentioned that since, of how much that meant to him, that, you know, the fans put on that display for him and stuff like that. And you would hope that every player would feel that way, but clearly not, right? Clearly I'm wrong. And so sometimes I'm guilty of that, you know, where you think, well, that player can only want to play for us. We're amazing. We're doing this, we're doing that. Why would you want to play anywhere else? But it's not in them, is it? It's not. It's not the blood, right? Whereas I get it that he wants to go somewhere else. But
there's a great comment from Steve C. That this photo's been doing the round as well, saying, "I'm hoping it's the BMX banner with BMX crossed out with Isaac over the top." I've seen that's a mint photo. It's great. It's great. I'm gonna end it there. We've been going for over an hour. Myself and Deka have got pubs to go to before kickoff. So if you are going to the game as well, enjoy it as best as you can. Make yourselves loud. Be proud to support this football club. There's no better football club than this one that we support. So fuck everybody else. You make that St. James's Park the loudest it has ever been. The lads need our support. They really do. And I'm really looking forward to being back in the ground. If you are watching on the build-up to the game, if you didn't manage to get a ticket, or if you live elsewhere in the world, turn it on a minute before 8 o'clock. You don't want to hear all that shit coming from Sky Sports. Thanks everybody who has joined us. Like I said earlier on, there's been well over 200. It's close to 300 at the moment. So thanks very much. Thanks to all those members. Thanks to everybody who has sent in a question as well. If just like the video, it's all about ask really. Become a subscriber if you want to do that. If you do want to give an extra bit back, it is just $2.99 a month to become a member. You get early access to videos, you get extra videos, you get access to the Telegram group, and so much more for as little, like I said, as $2.99. We'll see you on the other side. What you was doing? Where the lads?
Come on, the lads.